everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Today is a very exciting day as well. There has happened so much on the property yesterday, and there is more going on. The weather today is just incredible, and today I am standing in the paddocks that my horses are going to be in. So we bought this place 3 years ago maybe, and there has been very wet here, so we have struggled a lot with it being very wet here and very muddy, but we always thought like the water came from this area and then just continued down to the stable, and then it got like extra wet because of that. So I did not really remember what my mom told me, but there was something wrong with some pipes or anything. So there has actually been like coming water out of the ground, which has resulted in that it's basically having a hose on and filling up our property with water for a very long time. So that is now fixed. We digged up our whole garden yesterday and fixed it, and it has dried up so much and so quickly, which isn't just incredible. And I know even though it's wet, we could always put more gravel on and fix that. So when we built the arena, we actually just filled the whole property with a lot of gravel, and it wasn't supposed to be wet here anymore, but it did. So we are obviously going to put more gravel here, but we just haven't prioritized it, because when you are renovating a house and the whole property and the stable and the barn and everything, there is 1 million things that has to be done. So it has just not been on top of the list basically, but we are going to get more gravel soon, but it just hasn't been prioritized really. But it's so nice that it's finally dry. It's not like 100% dry. It is a huge difference, and it makes our lives so much easier, which is just incredible. No more muddy boots and wet shoes all the time. The next thing is that I'm standing here in the horses' future paddocks. So these are like one of the other paddocks they have, because my horses do have the access to go in and outside from their stable to their paddock whenever they want to. But we do in addition to that also have other paddocks which they go in daytime. We also had a summer field which the horses went to last year, but this year we are actually going to use this and even more behind. We have always had paddocks here. Now all of the fencing are down because we needed it like to the walker actually, but so there is going to be set up more fields and paddocks here, which the horses are going to love. They have been here for every single year since we lived here, but now it's getting bigger because we are actually renting, or we are really lucky to be able to use that part of the field as well, which is huge. So yeah, as you can see, it goes further down, and we are going to be able to use all of that, and even though it goes in there as well. It's just gonna be incredible, and I think the horses are absolutely gonna love it. It feels so nice that it's actually starting to get dry here, and yeah, stuff are happening. It's very spring vibes here actually. So ignore our like trampoline which flew away when it was absolutely stormy here, but this is where we have digged and fixed everything. Bessie is currently in the arena, which she is enjoying. All of the water is now coming down here instead of down there, which was the problem. We also got our shavings delivered, so it kind of looks a little bit messy. It is absolutely amazing, but the plan for today is to lunch the horses. They did actually have a day off yesterday because I was really busy, and they also had a few days off before that because it was a storm. So yeah, the horses have had a little bit of time off, which was not really planned, but the weather has not been on our side, and yeah, it's just been very busy. So this is the clock currently. But yeah, I have mucked out Bess's stable, and then I'm gonna muck out the others. Yeah, so I'm gonna lunch the horses today since they had a few days off, and I know that they are going to be pretty fresh, so I prefer not to ride them when they are that fresh. So today they are just getting lunch, and there are 1 million things to do in the stable. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get going. It's incredible to see how amazing she feels in her body and how soft. She is definitely more on the skinnier side. I'm going to show her to you in a minute. She's definitely more on the skinny side and definitely needs a lot more muscles, but to be best, I think it's pretty good. Some horses put on weight very, very easily. For example, my horse Bulle. He can just look at a hay straw and he is round as marshmallow. He's very naturally like, yeah, he's built like a square. He's very, very big and naturally, you know, more on the heavy side. But then we have horses like Tia and Bess, for example, which are horses that are more often a little bit more stressed, gets very easily stressed, which also makes it a bit harder to gain weight. So that we have definitely been struggling a little bit with that. I am not a type of person that believes in, you know, giving my horses plenty of feed and supplements and all of that. She has free access to hay, but I feel like she looks very smooth and nice in her body. She looks very happy, which is very important. So yeah, but as I said, I'm not a huge fan of you know, giving my horses plenty of feed and supplements. I like to do it more in a natural way. There's nothing wrong with giving horses feed, but I personally don't prefer it, or personally don't believe that that is the way to go. But yeah, she's very, very shiny. She's extremely shiny in her coat, do not have been washed in ages. So yeah, she's very, very shiny, and yeah, she's relaxed and soft.
Should have been here on the outside, read the signs. Used to call you mine, gave it my best, but I don't need one more try. 'Cause baby, I'm on.
So Bess is done for today. She worked incredible. Oh, she's so cute. I don't know what's going on with the clip in her face, but yeah, I haven't bothered to clip her because she doesn't like to be clipped, and her coat is pretty like short. Cutie pie. Bessa is back in her stable now. Hey. I actually ended up clipping her front legs. Not sure if you can see. I was actually going to clip her hind legs as well, but she started to kick, so I am not doing that. She doesn't really need a clip, but she had a few hair strands here and there that I wanted to get rid of to tidy it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more clean. But it is Sia's turn to be lunched. She is so dirty. Not really sure if I'm even going to show you. I mean, she has mud up to her knees, which is not good. She has rolled outside, so that's why. But so I'm not really looking forward to brush and clean her. There's actually a third thing that is very, very exciting that is going to happen, because we are finally getting a tractor. I mean, can you believe it? We have been without a tractor for 3 years because we started from scratch here. And yeah, as I said, there are so many things to do when renovating and upgrading a barn or a stable or a house, for that matter. And yeah, there's just been 1 million things that has been done and fixed and been on the list. And there is so much stuff that has been done in the stable that you can't even see. We have, for example, pulled out some huge concrete, iron stuff, stones, things. We just haven't really been in the need for a tractor because we have survived without, and it's been totally fine. But we have always wanted one and were always supposed to buy one. Well, we just didn't prioritize it, but now we are finally getting one. I am not in charge for buying those kind of machines. I have no idea where to buy them and whatever, but we are at least getting one, which is so exciting, and it's gonna be, I mean, we're getting a new life. It's definitely been challenging, but we have easily lived without a tractor. We have every time we get hay delivered, we always open the hay where it got delivered, and we have always had our hay outside, but we do want to have our hay inside now, because for rainy days, for example, it's a pain to be standing outside in the rain. The horses are getting a hay station, some kind of hay station in the future, and we did actually make one, but it didn't kind of succeed, and then we prioritized the walker instead. But yeah, it's just gonna be amazing, and also to be able to remove all of the poop a lot easier, and mucking out will be a lot easier. So yeah, our life will change. It's gonna be so amazing to have a tractor. Yeah, not really sure what I'm gonna say. It's just gonna be completely life-changing. Yeah, when you first have it, you probably don't know how to live with it. We did have a tractor at our previous place, but we didn't have one here. So yeah, I am very excited. Not really sure when. We haven't bought one yet, but we are like looking at it. So we are finding the perfect one. I have no clue of what kind of tractors are good and what we are looking for. Some kind of tractor or anything. The digging part was definitely the most satisfying part in forever. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now and get the horse. And she's rolling. Gosh. It's actually embarrassing how dirty she is. It's not giving professional or very aesthetic. I'm gonna give her a nice warm up and walk her for like 15 minutes before I start trotting and cantering, and yeah, she's not doing very much because I don't lunge my horses for a very long while, as I said. So we are just getting, or she's just doing a nice slow session today. But yeah, amazing weather. I cannot believe how incredible it is. So I finished lunching Tia, and we actually ended up trixing and doing some, I don't know, play around. She were crazy fresh, like she was bucking a lot. I didn't manage to film because I could barely hold her, but please don't crib bite. But yeah, she were very spicy, as I said, but we actually ended up doing some trixing instead. Now she left me, but yeah, I'm trying to teach her to fist bump. She is actually very easy to teach. It's just that she's a little bit unfocused. I think it's important to kind of, especially with a horse like Tia, I think it's important to kind of do stuff where you have a bit of a play around. I have actually managed to, she does know how to smile. As you think. That was the last treat I had, but as you can see, but like Tia, she's a very special horse, and I feel like if she's not gonna loosen up or work in the show jumping ring, I think it's nice to always have something else to fall back to or just do beside, because I mean, even though I am really trying and I really want her to get back to the show jumping ring, and that would be an absolute dream, but I think it's also important to see other options and appreciate that she has value in other things. There's so much other stuff you can do with her besides just fixing her and jumping with her. I mean, first of all, she jumps everything at home, and she loves to jump at home. So to me, just being able to just sit and ride such talented and incredible horse is a huge win for me, and I really love that, and I really appreciate that. And that's also my plan, we are really trying to get her back to the show jumping ring, but I think it's also very important to have fun with her. So I'm just gonna keep having fun, jump a lot at home, because at home she's not stressed and overwhelmed. So there's a completely different atmosphere and vibe when we are jumping at home, of course, than being at being at a show overall, because that's where she gets very, very tense. But she really loves to jump at home, so there is nothing wrong with jumping her at home, and I mean jumping bigger fences at home, because that's just very, very fun. And yeah, she really enjoys to jump at home. I think she's a quick learner, so there's definitely potential for her with being just a fun tricksing horse or dressage horse. I sometimes have to remind myself that when she's not working out in a show jumping ring, that she is actually like an amazing horse in every other way, and I do love her no matter if she's jumping or not. But it's so easy to just I really want her to work in the show jumping ring, because she has so much talent, and it just feels such like a waste of talent when she is so incredible. Yeah, we can have fun in a lot of other ways as well. Doesn't only have to be in the show ring. She can always be a therapy horse as well, because she is the most loving horse you will ever find. Yeah, she's very special. So there is not very much to do now. The stable work is done, and the horses have both had a lunching session. The only thing I'm going to do is take Tia in from the arena soon, and then give them some more hay. And then it's been a very chill day, but it was very exciting to show you guys the some of the updates on the barn and our property. I haven't showed you a lot on our property, and the reason for that is just I've been wanting it to be a little bit more finished before I show you, because it's not so satisfying to look at, and all of the parts, especially the dividing part stuff in the stables as well, they are temporary. So all of the bits, for example, in the stable or outside that are not perfect are either temporary or will be fixed. But as I said, there are 1 million things on the list when you are renovating, and things are slowly but surely getting better and better, and we are getting closer to our dream stable. So yeah, there is 1 million stuff to do, and but we have definitely come a very, very long way, which I am so happy about. And yeah, as long as I have a functional stable and are able to train my horses and do what I love the most, it is perfectly fine for me. So yeah, but it's very nice that stuff are happening and we are upgrading slowly. So a tractor will 100% be a huge revolution, and yeah, life-saving. As I said, it was very fun to update you guys a little bit, and there will definitely be more updates soon. But I really hope you enjoyed this vlog with a bit of updates, and yeah, I showed you a little bit more, so I really, really hope you enjoyed it. And please leave a comment or give this video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That will make me very, very happy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!